Good morning, welcome to Thought for the Day. Well, many years ago, Elaine and I had a caravan parked down in Clent, and we used to go down and spend a bit of time on the Severn Valley Railway. And every year, 2 weekends during the year until coronavirus, there used to be a 40s event. And we always used to go down to Arley, and we used to watch the event and see all the different things that were going on and watch the trains go past. About 8 years ago, Elaine and I went over to Dunkirk Beaches to look back on an event that took place many years earlier, and how two lives were changed by different fortunes. My grandfather returned, and Elaine's grandfather was part of the rear guard that was taken into captivity for 6 years. That's what we were told. That's what we understood. On Sunday, just gone, we went with my father, took my father on the Severn Valley Railway on the 40s event. This time, not just going to one place, we became part of the event. We travelled right along the line, stopping off at various places, various stations, and seeing all the different exhibits and the different things that were going on and the reenactments and all these different things. And we could become part of the whole event. And it was absolutely fantastic. It was even more interesting to listen to my dad recount some of the things that he went through during the war, and to a couple of people saying, well, that's not the way I remember it. And I thought, yeah, that's, we tend to have selective memory syndrome, don't we? We remember the good times. We don't always remember the bad times or the hurtful times. And I've recently finished reading a book. It's quite a lengthy book, and it's interesting. It's all about the people who got left behind after the Dunkirk evacuations. And it turns out, interesting enough, that neither of our grandfathers were actually at Dunkirk. My grandfather was evacuated via Calais, and Elaine's grandfather became attached to a Highland regiment, which was a mixed Highland regiment, and their job was to, they were stationed on the Maginot Line, and they were there as part of the Anglo-French, Entente Cordiale. And that was the line that the Germans went round. And they ended up trying to work their way back to the United Kingdom. And it was interesting, several months after the Dunkirk evacuation, along with over 100,000 other troops that had been left behind when the British Expeditionary Force were rescued from at Dunkirk, he went into a 6-year imprisonment. And my eyes have been opened by this book to what they went through. And so going along to these different exhibitions and what have you, it was at a different sort of view. One person stopped me and thanked me very much for what I'd done. And I was trying to fathom this out, and it took me a few minutes. And myself and my father have both got, we don't wear military medals and that, obviously, because we're not in military uniform. But we both received a veterans badge from the government. And we were wearing it. And this person came up and just thanked us both, and thanked me as well for what we'd actually done. I don't think we'd done a lot, to be honest, but looking back, we probably did. And as we go on in life, we have to reevaluate things, don't we? Some things change. Sometimes we get a bit of a shock or a surprise. Sometimes a delightful thing crops up. And I've been thinking, it's good to know that God is constant, doesn't waver, and whatever you're building, make sure that your foundations are on the rock. And I mean, ideally, the rock called Jesus. Have a fantastic day. Have a safe day. And speak soon. Bless you. Bye.